Every now and then when I'm on my phone, I come across these riders that's just on another level, and I keep wondering how they got there and what's going through their minds. So I started this interview series to find out. I'm actually sitting here with the extremely talented rider, Paulsohard. Welcome to the channel, man. What's up?
Nothing much. Excited for this interview.
So, place us on the map, Paul. Where are we at?
We're in Dallas, Texas right now, United States.
Cool. So, what's the bike scene over there?
It's pretty good. It's a lot of the bike scene in America is like a lot different than Europe. I feel like in Europe it's mainly supermotos, which is sweet. But here it's a lot of stunt bikes, Harleys, supermotos are kind of over here, but they're my favorite bikes. They're the only bike I'll ride. Like the only bike I've owned and like kept. But yeah, people ride a good amount over here in Dallas. Every Sunday, we always find people.
But when I think about America, I think about the moto scene is so huge. So why do you think that the MX kind of really flooded the population or the popularity? But why don't you see that in the stunt community? Because as you said, like the supermotos aren't taking over. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think some of it's more of like a legal aspect because bigger companies would rather sponsor something legal than it's slightly illegal to be doing wheelies over here. Most of the time, the cops they don't even care. Like they'll wave. If you get a wheelie, they're going the way you wave them, they'll wave back. Sometimes they'll give you a thumbs up. Sometimes they'll just go, but keep going.
So is that the general vibe from the law enforcement?
Yeah, Dallas, especially Dallas, Houston, and Austin, like the three major cities in Texas. They have just bigger things to worry about, so they don't really mess with us too much. I know over there where you are at, the cops are probably pretty bad, right?
Yeah, well, it differs on what country you're in, actually. So here in Sweden, it's actually quite nice. They're also kind of into wave and go. But if you just pass the border to Denmark and then move over to let's say Great Britain, way worse, man, way worse.
I thought it was all of Europe that was bad.
No, there's shades for real.
Y'all have all the nice scenery to ride in.
Oh yeah, especially if you live in the rural areas, you have you pass lakes and then go through the woods and whatnot.
Yeah, and the mountains and all that. I'll see everybody on Instagram post those as well. That's sweet.
But let's backtrack a little. How did you end up where you are now? How did you initially gravitate towards bikes and doing stunts on them?
So when I was a little kid, one of my friends, they had a Honda 70 and a Chinese CC quad when I was little kid in elementary school. We'd rip those around the neighborhood for fun. And then his parents sold them. And 10 years passed, I hadn't really rode a bike. I never thought much of them. I've watched a few YouTube videos on Jake the Garden Snake and all that with the supermotos. And just all that, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It's like a dirt bike I used to ride as a little kid, but you can ride on the street. It's more tailored towards the street, but you still take it off road. And you can wheelie them. And they were just doing power wheelies holding exactly a balance point. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then, so I was watching those videos, and my buddy got a little 110 just randomly. So I rode that around, and within a week, I went and bought a DRZ 400. And that's basically how I got into it. From there, 4.5 years later, I think.
This?
Huh?
When did you get the DRZ?
I think 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, probably. Yeah, maybe coming up on 5 actually. I think end of the summer it'll be 5 years. That's crazy to think about.
And how did you? Because what bike do you ride now today?
I have a 2018 KTM 450 EXC that company over here in Dallas. I'm actually at their spot right now. Sheesh Designs. They built and they powder coated the frame, made it nice.
Yeah, it really looks awesome. Would you ever ride anything else in a KTM now that you've ridden one?
No, I was a big Yamaha guy. The Yamaha 450, it got stolen in Colorado. I went to Colorado for a ride out. It's the one big supermoto ride they do in the U.S. It's called Sumo Stunners. It's just a big ride with all the Supermoto stunt riders, which is cool because all the stunt rides here are like mainly sport bikes and Harleys and dirt bikes and whatever you name it. But it's like the only Supermoto ride. And I got my bike stolen and I didn't have insurance on it, so I lost everything on it. But I still had the most fun ever at that ride with just the Supermotos. But yeah, I did WR. Sorry, I get sidetracked super easily. I had a WR 450 2018, and that got stolen. And then I just like had bought a bunch of cheap bikes for a while, and cheap bike blow up, buy another one. Then I finally got this one and built my dream bike.
So what mods have you done to it to make it as you want it?
I've done the MotoMaster front brake setup, Dirt Tricks 48 tooth sprocket, the 50 stunt handbrake with a SV 650 caliper. That's Vortex ECU into FMF, and that's all for like the other mods. The rest are like powder coat, Cerakote, all the just making it look fancy and nice.
Some kind of a grippy seat cover, I
Oh
suppose.
yeah, Thrill Seeker seat cover, and I think that's it. There's so much done to it. I could go all day, but
I mean, you look really comfortable on the bike.
yeah,
right now.
yeah, this thing's dialed. Like I know exactly what it's gonna do. Like it's rare whenever I'll be like doing something and the bike wobbles or does something different than what I was anticipating.
So just to be nerdy about the bike setup, do you run high or low or in between tire pressure in the rear?
I run like 28, 30-ish, somewhere in there.
Oh, so I mean it's higher-ish, right?
Yeah, higher, yeah.
So for those swerves and circles?
Yeah, for that. And I like it. It just feels better when it's low pressure. Yeah, it's like too stable.
But I mean, when I look at your content and be watching your YouTube channel and your Instagram, I see someone who spent, I mean, a ridiculous amount of hours on his bike, and I just see this immense passion for riding and progressing, and I'm like, what's driving you? Because you had to overcome like hurdles to keep pushing. Like what have you ever thought about, like what drives you to push for new stuff?
I haven't really thought about it. I just always anything I did. Like I played lacrosse in high school and I was really good at that. I was going to play in college, but I tore my groin. That's kind of when I got into bikes and shortly after that. But I don't know, just everything that like I really enjoy. Like I would always like practice lacrosse the extra hours. I just really enjoyed it. So I enjoyed just getting better and being better. It just really strive to like be the best, or not even be the best, but just be the best version of yourself. And like if I don't progress or do something, I'll get bored with it.
But have you like found a good way, or you have to have found a good way to deal with those oh shit emotions that often occur when you push out of your comfort zone?
I'm honestly, for me, it's just kind of like, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna try it, and it's there's not too many oh shit moments. I won't try a trick too much. Like there's occasional tricks I'll try, but I won't try a trick unless I can like confidently say that I think I got this. Like I'm not gonna try something where I'm like, yeah, there's probably like a 98% chance of a wreck. It's not worth to try that. But most of the tricks I try are like, I just think of trying it. And normally I'll get it in like a day or so because I'm like, I could do it. It's just like that little bit of fear. I'm like, today I'm gonna do it.
You just make up your mind and go.
Yeah, but the one, actually, no, you said that. There's one I'm nervous about. I gotta hype myself up for it, and it's today actually. So I hit 5,000 subscribers recently on YouTube. You've seen these Pocky chips, the one chips?
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, they're lethal.
This is probably the stunt I've been the most nervous about. I'm gonna rip the little thing open, eat it in a no-hander, and see how long I can wheelie before I gotta set it down. And that one, because I hate spicy stuff. Like I can't do hot Cheetos or anything, so I'm gonna just die.
While in a no-hander.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the no-hander and then see, like, I'm gonna do it at the stunt lot and see how many laps I can do, if I can even just make it to the end of the lot before I gotta set the wheelie down and just hate my life for about 3 hours.
How do you even come up with an idea like that?
A few beers, I was hanging out with my buddy, we were eating wings, and there's like he's like, spicy ones here. I'm like, oh, I don't like spicy stuff. And then He's like, you know what you should try is the one chip challenge. You know, like spices up, just joking, and pulled it up on YouTube. Sitting there watching them, having a few beers. A few beers later, I'm like, I bet I could open one in a no-hander because all these people are just standing here on their counter and suffering. But what if like they're not doing anything? It's just all the same. And I'm like, what if I just do it in a no-hander and then with my bike? And that was like right when I started my YouTube. So I was like, all right, 5K subscribers, I will do that. And it's crazy. It's been like 3 months and I'm already there. Yeah, so I'm excited to do that just because I've got to where I want to be, but I'm also like, oh, this sucks.
It seems like you kind of like double down on that. You're bringing almost daily content nowadays.
Yeah, I have. I'm in college. I'm a college student full time, but right now, the semester just ended a couple weeks ago, or whenever I started uploading daily content, and I have nothing to do. I'm literally just chilling. So I'm like, let me just instead of just go sit by the pool and do nothing, or I'm like, let me go ride every day in the morning after I go to the gym and make a video and upload it because I got nothing else to do. Like, might as well do that. I'll be doing that. School starts on June 5th, so I don't have too long, but just 3 weeks of instead of just having my little vacation time. Like, let me work on this and see if I can't do anything. And the progress has been huge.
Yeah, making the most out of it. So has making videos about your riding always been like hand in hand for you, or has it taken off lately? Or because you have to be kind of like into making videos too.
The Instagram videos are easy. Like, just hand somebody your phone and say, record me, and then pick a song. So that takes no effort. But these YouTube videos take a bunch of effort and time. You gotta go ride, sift through the footage, and then edit it, and then make a thumbnail and try and be creative while you do the whole thing too. But it's really brought like since stunt ride, I can do almost all the tricks. I really want to learn that kangaroo like R2 does. That's like the one trick I want to learn. The other ones I could learn in a day, or like I've done basically all of them. So I wasn't getting bored of stunt riding, but I still had a blast every time I ride my bike. But the YouTube has really made riding much more entertaining because I'll go put myself in different situations, like go ride through these random tunnels and stuff like. And that's like the whole reason I got into Supermoto was that at first, like, oh, the dirt bike, I can go explore and do a couple wheelies, but then it turned into all wheelies. So now I'm kind of going back to my roots of like why I got into Supermoto. And that's why I think you've seen that KTM 300, the one I'm almost throwing on the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This bike's too nice to go off-roading like that. I'll take my 300 that I got a good deal on, and I'm gonna make it nice at the end of summer, but right now I'm just beating on it and having fun. But that's like, so I take that bike off road, and that like really like brought or reminded me why I like Subaru so much.
It sounds almost like making content makes you go places you wouldn't normally go, so that makes it kind of fun again.
Exactly, yeah. And in Dallas, there's a lot of like crazy crackheads and homeless people, so you see the wildest stuff while you're down there. It's also super fun to go with a friend and show them because they've never seen that. And they're like, what did we just go through? And I'm like, yeah, this is wild, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it looks like so much fun.
I'll say it gets a bit sketchy sometimes with all the crackheads and homeless people, but I have no problems yet.
Ever worried about your safety, or is it more just like a weird situation?
It's definitely all the time weird, but it's safety somewhat. Like, I have insurance for all my bikes, so sure, take my bike, just don't do anything to me. Bike can be replaced, no problem. Yeah, it's somewhat safety, but it's just like, yeah, I don't think they'll do anything because if they do one thing to a normal citizen, they'll get kicked out of wherever they're staying. So then I think they kind of know not to do anything to anyone who's passing by.
But I was thinking about, we were talking about like it kind of got boring for you to do just regular stunt riding. And for me, when I look at you, you're kind of like at the peak of like your own skill, right? Is it something that you're still reaching for? Something that, because you do those like no handers, double hand scrapes. You do the one thing where you like do a seat stander with the right foot on the seat and the left foot kind of hooks underneath the handlebars, and you do one hander. I mean, that's kind of like, where do you go next? What do you strive for?
So it's also like that. It's just making everything more smooth and like just getting the flow down better. It's always, you can always make it look smoother and better. But it gets to a point where you do so much and there's so little results. But yeah, I really want to learn that kangaroo. I haven't been riding in the stunt lot. I haven't gone in months. I've just been riding the streets and making content because I can do two things at once. I need to do a couple stunt lot videos. I think that'd be entertaining, but I feel like I need somebody to film for me most of the time while I'm at the stunt lot because I don't know, it's kind of boring if it's just GoPro on the helmet. But if I got some like third person would be cool.
Yeah, it's really gets monotonous real easy, right?
Yeah, especially with the lot. The streets, there's always like you can go down the smooth streets or the bumpy streets. The bumpy streets are sometimes fun just because it's a little bit of a challenge, a little bit sketchy.
Well, have you separated practice time or practice riding from just going out and having a fun ride and you learn while you ride? Or are you like kind of like, are those two separate worlds for you?
So it's like I said, with the two bikes, the 300 is more of the explore, enjoy riding, and I don't really try to learn anything new on it. All the suspension was blown out. I recently got all that fixed up. It was like impossible. Every time you drop back, the swing arm would go all the way in because like the suspension was literally all the way blown out, like no fluid in it. So I got that fixed. But so this is more of the bike that's like I'll go hit the streets and practice new things if I want or whatever. The 300 is more of just go enjoy the ride and go explore. This is more of go wheelie and stuff and yeah, learn maybe learn something new, maybe not, just do whatever.
That's awesome. So I see a lot of solo riding in your videos. What's your personal favorite? Like, do you prefer riding solo or having like one or two buddies with you, or do you like the big street rides?
Yeah, I like personally my favorite is riding, like I'll do Supermoto Sundays here. I'm about to do one next Sunday where it's like 10, 15, 20 Supermotos and I just take them to all the spots I know because I know a bunch of spots around Dallas. So I'll take them all to those spots and we'll go stop at the gas station, drink a beer, water, whatever, hang out, go get food. Like at the end of the ride, we'll all go get food or something. Like it's just like a fun ride. We're just kind of riding. I'll try and get one Instagram clip at the beginning and then just ride from there and enjoy the ride.
Just vibing.
Yeah, exactly. That's my favorite. I ride solo a lot though because like I'll just go ride at like random times. And since I'm in school, like full time, I still have a bunch of free time. So most people are at work or something. I'm in school, so I'm just like, oh, I'll go ride now. Like, why not? I love just creative ways of riding too. It like makes it more fun for me than just going out and doing the wheel. I gotta think of something creative. It makes it stand out and it's more entertaining.
Do you think a lot about content creation when you ride?
Yeah, I do. It also just like comes to me naturally. I'm like a pretty creative person. So it'll come to me. It just comes to me at random times. I'll be like, that's a terrible idea, but I'd probably click on that video.
I mean, honestly, I think your content is really special because you're a super skilled rider and that's enjoyable to watch. But then to just sprinkle that extra like glitter on top of it, you seem to have this kind of like, I don't know, like easygoing vibe. Like your mood is always kind of like playful when you're out riding. Is that how you feel when you ride?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm out here having the time of my life while I'm riding. There's never a bad time on your bike unless it breaks down then. But until the moment it breaks down, I'm having a blast.
Before you go, do you have any last words or shout outs?
I guess only shout I can say is I just started selling merch. So if y'all want to buy a t-shirt at paulsohard.com, it says "We Outside" with a motorcycle emoji, the smoke emoji, the two cop cars, and the helicopter. If y'all want to get that shirt, I have it. Unfortunately, I'm not doing international shipping right now. I'm still trying to figure all that out. I literally started the website this week. So still figuring out all that because I know one of my friends is doing international shipping and on some stuff he'd ship, he'd lose money on. So I'm just like, let me just do US and then go from there.
Awesome, man. So for all the US viewers, I'll drop the link in the description so they can check your merch out.
And I'd love to shout out Sheesh Designs. Follow them on Instagram. They're the people who built my bike and just made this bike phenomenal. They do crazy builds on motorcycles, Surons, side by side, anything. They'll do a great build on it. She's Designs take cares of me. Like they let me in here like when no one's here, so I can film my video. I keep my bikes here.
Sounds like a dream, man.
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, man, let's just round this off with a big shout out from Sweden. And I really hope to talk to you soon. Let's do a 10K special.
Awesome, let's do it. Hopefully here in the next couple months or month, we'll see.
Probably month.
Awesome, well, you have a good one.
Yeah, you too, Paul. Take it easy.